Today we'll talk about how this little thing saved my tanks. Let's rewind a couple years back. Woke up real early, running down the stairs, all have to go see my fish tanks, and what do I see? Everything in the tank dead. I had to stop, really look at it, and try to figure out what could cause that mass killing. And then I dipped my hand in the water. And you would think someone was trying to make either some tea or coffee in that water. I couldn't fathom how. Yes, I know it must have been a heater, but how could my heater get so hot overnight that it killed everything? Turns out, heaters fail. So ever since then, I did something different. I oversized my heater, and then I also had a control for redundancy, not only relying on the built-in thermostat in most heaters, but also having another means to, one, check the temperature, and two, turn off the heater if it's too hot or turn it on if the water is too cold. That then led me to this heater by BRS. For anyone who has watched the channel before, they know that I have multiple tanks. This is recorded in my study. There is actually a tank right there that I'll be doing a series on. The series will be called Starting a Nano Tank, Keeping a Nano Tank. Just the day-to-day works of a nano tank. That tank right over there. So when I went onto BRS's website, just because I saw a few posts about their titanium heaters, I went and grabbed a few of these. This is my 200 watt titanium heater from BRS. On my bigger tank, I have a 600 watt heater. I just grabbed this one just so I could also do a review on this. I'm not only going to be doing a review on this, but also a review on my device that I use for redundancy. I received this heater back in June. This video is being recorded December 19th. So I've been running this heater in my tank for a few months. This heater in particular has been running in my frag system. That frag system is about 60 to 70 gallons, give or take. My 600 watt heater is running in my main tank, which is about 180 gallon with everything calculated. Main tank, sump, and just water displacement. A few things to note with this heater. I would tell anyone who's looking into one of these titanium heaters, yes, they're solid. You don't have to run the risk of them breaking, falling and breaking. But you do need something to control the temperature. There is no built-in thermostat in these. It's just on or off. I don't know if the reason they did that, my guess is instead of putting money into a small thermostat that could fail, which I've learned, they took that and made a better heater. I did not realize that it needed one of those. Luckily enough, I do own multiple Inkbird thermostats or temperature controllers. After that incident where I lost all my fish, I bought those thermostats or those temperature control unit for everything. My snakes have those, all my fish tanks have those. I've just been running those on everything. For me, I've noticed a few things with this. So normally there is a line somewhere on this to show you where to put the clamp. It's not as clear, but I'm guessing that that line is this little arrow right here. Anything lower than that, you run the risk of something like this happening. As you can see, the plastic even start to melt onto the titanium right there. So far, this heater, I don't have much to say. It's a heater. It does what it's supposed to do. I have not had any failure so far. Knock on wood. But the one main thing, this one is my cleaner heater. My other heater that's in the tank where I keep elevated pH has a lot more buildup than this one. It is completely gunky. As you can see, it's very gunky, and I would attribute that to the calc washer that I use. So the second part of the review would be on the Inkbird system. I didn't feel like taking any from the tanks, but for me, I have two types of Inkbird systems that are in my fish tanks are all rated for saltwater. The main difference between the ones that I have some that are just strictly a Inkbird unit without any Wi-Fi capabilities. I also have some that have Wi-Fi capabilities. I would strongly suggest getting the ones with Wi-Fi capabilities just because it makes it so much easier to set up, change anything, and also monitor what is going on in the tank. I could attest to the fact that the first one that I bought was not Wi-Fi compatible, and it took me about 10-15 minutes to set it up. After which, if there was anything that I was worried about the tank, I would have to run down to the tank, take a look at that actual display. My other heaters, now with the Wi-Fi capability, I have an app. So all I have to do is I just go on to the app, and then right there and then I could see what's going on with the tank. I could shut it off. I could also set an alarm there, just in case the temperature gets within a certain range, then it will notify me. Being so paranoid after losing all my fish, I not only use the Inkbird, but I also have a Hydro's system, and that I use as well with their temperature probe. So I have two means to measure the temperature in the water, and my Inkbird is connected to the Hydros with a gap difference in temperature, so that the Inkbird is mainly on unless the temperature gets above that degree, which it should never. Then my Hydro's controller will shut that off until the temperature drops. Then it turns back on my Inkbird, and then that will also control the temperature. If you like this video, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know what else you'd like to see on the channel. I will be doing a giveaway soon. Also, I'll be having a new series coming up on nano tanks, so keep your eye out for that. Peace.